Well, everybody, I promised some people that I would give a report on the car after 2 months of driving, so this is the report. The car has been flawless. I have not found to date any flaws of any kind on it. It's performed admirably, and we've had it on several trips. Two of the longest range trips we've taken, we took one up to Nashville, Tennessee from South Florida here. That was 838 miles each way. By the time I got back home, I'd driven it 2,000 miles. The car has got 4,566 miles on it. Usually we have approximately 2,500 miles a year on our car down here. So I got this on in 2 months. It's got the car has, it's up on the screen here now, it has a lot of Easter eggs. You can drive a car while you're at the supercharger, for example. You can race yourself here with a, my granddaughter loves this one. You can pretend you're racing.
Support qualified.
Whoa! Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. Anyway, it's got Easter eggs all over the thing. Elon Musk has got his fingers on everything in his car, including the excellent engineering that's in it. And the car is, of course, it's an engineering marvel. It's got things like a fireplace. And if you want to have a little music, you just press on it. And the warm air come out like it's coming out of the fireplace. Here's your air conditioning vent up here. Warm air will come out here in a moment, just like it's coming out of a fireplace. This car is so much fun. It's got so many silly things, but yet I think from a car standpoint, just a strictly car standpoint, it's got to be the most fantastic car ever made, without a doubt. You can have some fun with people with something like that. It's got the best sound system probably of any car made. It's got 17 speakers in this car, and a big subwoofer and all that kind of thing if you're into that. You can chart your energy. It says here that it's in average the last 5 miles, 168 watts per mile. It should only do 206 miles, but at that rate it'd do 291 miles of range with what's left in the battery. You can also have how it's doing on the trip mileage and that sort of thing. We have not found anything wrong with the car at all. It's been perfect. We haven't had to take it in for anything, and I just can't say enough good about it. The only thing that's negative is I had one person get in and he said, "Where's the handhold?" You know, most vehicles nowadays have some kind of a handhold up here to aid people. And these cars, like all passenger cars, are a little lower than an SUV or something like that. So as people get a little older and that, a handhold, that's a good idea. A handhold would be a plus. Other than that, this car is perfect. I can't think of anything negative about it. And it's been termed simply elegant. You notice there's no buttons, dials, or anything on the dash. It's just like a car should be, I think. And you got a place here for your cell phones. You can close it up if you don't want to look at them, or you can leave it open. It's got more storage space here. It's got nice cup holders. It's got storage space down here. Yeah. The thing that is standard about it's got a standard turn signal handle. You press in on the button, press in on it for a second. It gives you a one swipe of the windshield. Push on it a little further, and it'll wash the windshield. Or the windshield wipers are automatic, or however you want to set them, as you can see here by my finger. The seat controls are standard. The window controls down here, they're standard. There's two buttons here on the steering wheel, and those, it depends on what you want to do. If you want to adjust the mirrors or adjust the steering wheel, you can do that with those. Once you're going, this one here does the volume. If you go to the right or left, it'll switch channels if you're on radio, or if you're on you have all kinds of music programs on here that you can do. You've got radio, you got streaming, you can take it off your phone, you can do a thing called tune in, and you get any song you want, any artist you want. Pretty cool. The whole car is very cool. I can't say anything negative about it, except it doesn't have a handhold. And very efficient. I've taken 2 long trips in it, and they've gone really well with the supercharger network that Tesla has all over the country. About every 60-80 miles along an interstate highway system, you have a Tesla supercharger, and it only takes minutes to charge the battery. It's a little different than the ICE car, internal combustion car, because internal combustion car you'll pull in and you'll fill up with gas, and if you're courteous, you'll pull away from the pump so somebody else could use them. You'll go in and do your bathroom issues and get your drinks and all that kind of thing. This, you plug it in, and it's filling with energy all the time that you're doing all those other functions. So it's just turning things around a little. And at the end, it's about the same. When you come out 20-25 minutes later, you're ready to go. Anyway, I wouldn't even consider anything else after this, because it's so smooth, so powerful, so quiet. And the seats inside are so comfortable. Everything about it is first class. Can't think of anything negative. I only hope that you guys can have one of these one day, because this is the future, I'm convinced. And it's not because I'm convinced that internal combustion engines are running the world and all that kind of thing. It could be, but I don't know that to be true. I do know that this there's no emissions from this car, and it has got to be the best car ever made. So far, anyway. You know, change your mind later if you have some troubles or something. But right now, I got to say, this thing is beautiful. It's not your father's Buick, though. It rides more like a Mercedes. There's a good reason. They used a Mercedes platform to test out the batteries and drive systems. They bolted the battery to in this case, a Mercedes 300 series, and the electric drive onto the same Mercedes 300. And so in many ways, it's probably kind of like a Mercedes, except it's much more into the future. And it's American made. If we're Americans and we want to support our own country and our own workers, it's probably a good idea to buy things that are made in America from American companies. Anyway, hope you can enjoy one of these one day. I'm sure enjoying this one. Have a good one. Bye.